This Hellcat was here 2 weeks ago, so we'll watch this again and see how we do in this. 2018, 39,000 miles. The deals are coming through. This Hyundai, what is this, Tiburon, Santa Fe, whatever, 300 bucks. $300 car, and it's running. Looks like we have a Kia problem. I can hear it from here ticking. Looks like it's smoking pretty terribly, and I don't think it moves out of its own way. He might be stuck in that spot. Listen, tick, 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 and smoking. Typical Kia. My strategy today, do the things that other people are not willing to do to get results that they're not going to receive. I am at a dealer auction in Florida. You'll see my hat. I'm wearing gloves. It is freaking cold. Coldest day in 15 years in Florida, and I'm at an auction that is completely empty. Why? Because nobody wants to be standing out in the cold like this, but I'm from New Hampshire. I can deal with it. I can suck it up. And today I'm hoping to score some deals because tax return season is very, very near. We're gonna buy some cars today and see what kind of deals we can get on cars at a dealer auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's see what we come up with. Now, tax return season is the busiest time of year. People get that tax return. They have a few $1,000s. They cannot wait to spend it. So that is what we call in the biz crunch time.
We in the biz like to call crunch time.
So while people are broke from Christmas spending or during Christmas spending, we should be stocking up on inventory, things that we can buy, fix, clean, and get ready to sell, because as soon as that check comes in, that deposit shows up in the account, business is booming and you want to be ready. You want to strike when the iron is hot, right? Is that how that goes? So 2 weeks ago, I bought a 2015 Escalade, one owner, no accidents, 150,000 miles for $9,500 or something like that. Here's another one here. We're going to look around. I don't really want to be buying $10,000 cars. I want to be buying like $2,000 and $3,000 cars. So like this Kia right here would be a great one. This Kia right here, a little too new. This Toyota Prius, that would do well. 2013 with 136,000 miles. This, even though it's a really, really nice car, these things really hold their value, and the buyers for them are kind of difficult. I just demographically, whatever. Just generally speaking from history, I've had a lot of difficulty selling Lexuses because of the buyers that buy them. Same with Toyota. So anytime people say like, hey, why don't you buy and sell Toyotas? Toyota buyers are not easy to work with, and I'd prefer to just not deal with it. Hyundai would be a great seller, 2,842,000 miles. The nice thing about Florida, which I say all the time, no rust. So I don't have to worry that it's old because they don't rust. Nissan Rogue would be great, but they have transmission problems, so who knows. Opposite of the theme of this video, and I know I do this in my videos, I have a Jeep Wrangler that is just god-awful on the highway. I get 20 miles to the gallon, which isn't even that great, and it's a 4xe like the hybrid, and it doesn't go faster than 65. 70, I'm pushing that thing. So I want a car for myself that's comfortable and just a good ride, because we drive so much for soccer all over the state. So a 7 Series, and I think it's a 740i. Yeah, 740, so I would prefer this because it is a turbo 6-cylinder, not the 4.4. I do love the 4.4 the way it sounds, but this is a proven, tested, and tried engine. These are great, great vehicles, and they're not that much money. This is a 16 with 32,000 miles, so we'll see what this sells for. I love this interior. Now, I would like an M Sport package in it, but this will do for the right price. Let's see what it's worth. But based on MMR, Manheim Market Report, and then wholesale, and then also what Carfax says, it should be between $13,000 and $16,000. So if we see this car around $13,000, which I think is unrealistic because it is 32,000 miles, that is a lot of car. This was a $100,000 car. Oh, it was keyed all the way down the side. Shoot, look at that, all the way down the side. Bummer. So we'll take that into consideration. 13 would be an absolute steal. It does need tires as well, so who knows what else was neglected on it, but this is so much bang for your buck for $13,000 to $14,000. This Hellcat was here 2 weeks ago, so we'll watch this again and see how we do in this. 2018, 39,000 miles. Because it's a dirt parking lot, everything looks dirty here. Personally, I think one of the best trucks ever built was the Chevy Avalanche from 2008 to 2013, especially if you get it in the black edition, which is what this is. What's cool with the black edition is it's really, really close to the Cadillac Escalade EXT. You get that third brake light up there, which didn't come in all the Avalanches. You get color matched storage. So this is storage right here. And then this roll bar, or whatever you call this, trim is also color matched. And then your chrome accessories. This is like one of the best versions you can get. What a great, great truck. I wish they still made these, and they kind of do with the new Chevy Silverados and GMC Denali EVs, but I don't want it in an EV. I want it in a gas engine, like a 6.2. What lights are on? Check engine light on. All right, it's dated. It's dated and it is four-wheel drive. This is a great truck for tax season. Auction started, I can already hear a $400 car running through. Let's see what's $400. Hey, thank you to Roe for sponsoring today's video. Guys, what do women actually want from us men? I have no clue. I've been married for almost 20 years and I'm still trying to figure it out. I wish I had the answer, but I do know we all need a little healthy, private life. So this right here is Roe Sparks. It contains both sildenafil and tadalafil, and after it dissolves under your tongue, you'll be ready in about 15 minutes on average, and it lasts up to 36 hours. So if the moment feels right more than once, you're still good to go. So everything happens online. You connect with a medical provider, and if prescribed, new patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Just head to roe.co/flying wheels to connect with a provider and see if prescription Roe Sparks are right for you. Now, Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted and prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For full safety information, go to roe.co/safety info. Thanks, Roe. Thanks, Sparks. Thanks to all of you for following my channel and supporting us. Now let's get back to the video. Oh, it was a non-running car. So the cars that are inoperable, run through first, and that's why it's so discounted. But sometimes it's like a battery or an alternator. You never know. So you get here early and look at those cars. You get some great deals. For example, you can see that this says tow, but it's a 2014 Grand Cherokee Laredo with 141,000 miles. We don't know what's wrong with it. They don't say what's wrong with it, although they did just say that it runs. So what's the story here? It was towed, and that's why the seatbelt is tied up like that. It's really clean. And the high bid on it was only $1,000. So let's see if it starts. Battery might be dead. Press button. Key fob detected. Oh, we don't have the key fob for it. So you can ask for the key fob if you get here early. But if you're looking for cheap cars, if you get here early, you can look at this stuff and then know what they need in advance and then bid appropriately. $1,000 for a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. And they said it does run, but they didn't announce what's wrong with it, why it's in the inoperate lane. And that cheap little old Hyundai that I said, oh, it's not going to be rusty because it lives in Florida, the white one, that little hatchback, is at $500. They're $500. The deals are coming through. This Hyundai, what is this, Tiburon, Santa Fe, whatever, $300. $300 car, and it's running. 2015 BMW X5 has 156,000 miles, but 20-inch wheels, brand new tires on it, really clean, 6-cylinder. They're at $4,000. That is so much car for that price. Anything Nissan is such a gamble because you are bound to get into transmission issues. So if I ever see a Pathfinder, a Murano, a Rogue, an Ultima, a Maxima with a check engine light, I run. At auctions like this, there's a good chance somebody could clear your lights too, so make sure you check the codes before bidding on them. This is a really clean Pathfinder. Oftentimes these have third row seats too, but if it has a check engine light, I just stay away. I don't want to deal with it. And the reason is because the CVT transmissions just inevitably fail. They have to get serviced appropriately, and people didn't service them the correct way, and they just fail on you. So I run. I don't even want to deal with them. But you can get a Rogue at a great, like I just saw a 15 Rogue with 112,000 miles sell for $1,800. That is so much car if it's a good running Rogue, but it's cheap because you're gambling. You don't know. Once it warms up, it can fail. You can drive it around the auction here, everything's great. You take it home and it fails halfway home. I have a really nice Murano still stuck in my lot up in New Hampshire. I can't even move the thing, and I'm not there to move it, so it's just sitting, and it's really nice, but it doesn't get out of its own way. All right, the 7 Series is going through. I'm gonna switch over to my Ray-Ban Metas to see how they work at this auction. Okay, so I changed over to my Metas. Let's see how they work out. The 7 Series does have a pretty good dent right here. That is a PDR thing. I could not take care of that. 740, the 4.0 means it's the inline 6-cylinder. If it was a 750 or more, you'd get into the 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo, which sounds unbelievable. Older generation BMWs with that engine do have, is it valve issues, I think? So you get into real problems with the older 4.4s, but they just are so good. They sound so good, and they have insane horsepower, but that is just the Old Faithful engine. So let's see what that goes for. I'm also interested in that Wrangler in front of it. Not to resell, I'm just curious. I kind of want to get rid of my Wrangler. I don't like that 4xe. I'm not allowed to charge it near my house or park it near cars because it's known to catch on fire. There's a recall for it. So it's ridiculous. Just get the 6-cylinder. I wish it was a V8 even. So for example, that Pathfinder that just went through is running through at $500. That's why it's so hard to say no to it. If you drove it and it shifts smoothly, it's a $500 SUV with decent miles and a third row seat. But if it needs a transmission, you can't fix it. Like, Transmission shops don't even want to touch them, so you're just stranded with a bad Nissan. Oh, nice, that Hellcat's going through in a minute too. Let's watch the 7 Series. New body style Wranglers have dropped in price. 19 grand on a 2018 Wrangler with good miles, 70,000 miles, 18 grand. All right, BMW's going through. 17 grand, no. 16's okay, but still no for me. 15's fair, but still no for me. Oh, they have bids. 15 for, 16 grand. That's too bad. Again, 32,000 mile car that was near 100 grand 10 years ago is now over 17,000. Oh well, let's keep looking. $35,000 for a Hellcat. Worth it? Not worth it. 40,000 miles, but it's rough. It's a rough 40,000 miles, but it is a manual transmission. 2011 Subaru Forester, 100,000 miles. That is right in my wheelhouse for like post-tax season or in-tax season cars. This is all running through today, all of these cars. So these were all traded in the past 2 weeks or didn't sell 2 weeks ago. And there's a family of dealerships, local, that instead of running them through like the bigger auctions, they host their own auction and they sell all their trade-ins. So I can actually pay less in fees, less in transportation costs, and they can save money by not having to pay all the auction fees as well by doing it in-house. So this works out really, really well for me. The Avalanche is running through. Let's go check it out. 11,000. That's out of our price range. We're looking for budget-friendly cars. 3,500 on that. Forester is actually a really good deal. Now these have come down a lot in value over the past year or so. 2015 Tahoe, 129,000 miles. Came from New Hampshire, Wolfboro, Mount Washington, Cog Railway. Wow. So, but is it a northern car or is it a southern car? 207, that's Maine, Canada. So this thing has traveled south of the border, but it's been exit 0, mile marker 0's Key West, and that running board is faded. We'll get underneath it when it stops and check it out, see if it's rusty underneath. It might have just been driven a lot. Jonathan Dickinson's out here. So this thing's just driven a lot. Let's crawl underneath it and see what it looks like when it stops. Sea Dog Brewing Company, that's Maine too. Oh, this Portland, this thing's been all over the place. Cool. And it is, well, that's in pretty great shape. Yeah, that floor is clean, the frame's clean, just the rear diff and axle's a little rusty, or drive shaft, whatever. I'll delete that part. Yeah, it's pretty clean, good tires, no lights on. Not on. They're running the heater, not the AC, because it's so cold today. Tahoe, $6,000 for a 15 Tahoe with $120,000, 120,000 miles, 5 grand, 5,800. So when I told you those dropped, those were 12 grand 2 years ago with that kind of miles, maybe even more. 6,500. That is a deal. 7 grand for a Tahoe. I kind of want to. I should have bid on it. Sugar. I should have been on it. I always feel like I'm shopping for me. I can't help it. That's why I got into this business, because I love buying cars that I like and I fall in love. So here is a 2015 Escalade with how many miles are on it? I love those chrome and black wheels. 130,000 miles. It is 4-wheel drive. I scanned the VIN on my laser appraiser app. Maybe that didn't work. Let me try again. All right, this is worth 9 grand. 2-wheel drive. Wait, didn't that? I thought I saw 4-wheel drive. Okay, 2-wheel drive, worth 9,700, 10.9, 11.3, 4,800. I want to buy it for 4,800. Holy moly, I've never seen one that cheap. I thought I bought the cheapest one 2 weeks ago. And it is a 1-owner, no accident Escalade. So if we get, I was gonna say around 12, but if we get it for 7,500, let's see here. Yeah, 97, so 7,500 would be just an absolute stellar deal. So we'll go 7,500 on that Escalade. And who knows, maybe I'll keep it. Okay, here's my Escalade, I want it, 9 grand. They have bidders at 9, they're at 10. Ah, bummer. That's still a lot of car for that price. 11.6, no thanks. I wouldn't mind selling my Wrangler and getting a less expensive one. And it'd have to be the previous generation, although this looks like it's been repainted. If I look at the door and that fender, it's been repainted, but for short money on a Wrangler, looks like it's worth around 11.4 to 12.9. So if we get it at 9, we're doing really well. But it is a Rubicon, no accidents, 2 previous owners. So 9 would be great, 10 would be great, 11 and 12 would be normal. So if you look under that tent is usually packed with people. It is empty. There's nobody in there today. So are we on the Jeep or the previous? That's got to be the previous car. And that's the other car. All right, so now the Jeep's up. That's a good looking Wrangler. I didn't take into consideration the lift, the wheels, the tires. Oh, I like that. 12 grand. 2020 Ultima with 65,000 miles. Look at what has happened to the paint in just 65,000 miles. I wonder if a lot of this would buff off back. That looks like clear coat damage, but as I rub it, it's powdery chalky. I wonder if this would come back or not. That looks like clear coat damage, right? I don't know. Is it just oxidation on the paint? I wonder if that could come back. Hard pass on a 165,000 mile Hyundai with faded clear coat. Probably don't want an 06 Volvo V70 with 124,000 miles. These Pacificas minivans are huge during tax season because they're great family cars, but a 2017 with 108,000 miles is probably going to be too much. What's with the Lamborghini emblem right here on the resident parking sticker? Dodge Dart, here we go. This might work. Needs a window. We can pull that from a junkyard. Needs a headlight correction, guys. I know how much you love those. Or maybe just a window regulator. That might just be the regulator and the window's down. The window might be in there, but I can't see if there are any lights on the dash, and we didn't look at this previously. Generally, these come in, I can get them pretty cheap, and they're good sellers because they're cheap little coupes, or like they're cheap little four-door sedans. I can't see from that side. Are there any lights on the dash?
I don't see any.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Window's broken.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good dent right there. Looks like they hit something with that wheel and that fender, and then a scuff right there too. That's weird. That looks like a plastic scuff. Oh, check engine lights on? Okay, thank you. Thanks. All right, we'll stay away from that. Looks like we have a Kia problem. I can hear it from here ticking. Looks like it's smoking pretty terribly, and I don't think it moves out of its own way. He might be stuck in that spot. Listen, tick, 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 and smoking. Typical Kia. Oh, there we go. No, he's in drive. It's moving. 2019 with 106,000 mile Kia Soul, and that's what's happening to it. Ticking, smoking. Crazy. Yep, that's too bad. Oh, 16, yeah. 1600 2015 Mazda. Oh, shoot. I thought that was me. Oh no, that was somebody else.
No, God, please, no!
See if we can buy another Ultima. Yeah.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 2, 21, 22,
I'm done. I looked at this Ram earlier, and I wrote 16,000 one owner, so it's at 15 now. 2020 Ram. I was clean but needed tires.
16 Ram. 16.2. 16.2. Now 4.
I still don't want it. I want it for less than I wrote. Any three of these Hyundais would work. This is a 15,000 mile Hyundai from 2017. It's a rough 15,000 miles. Needs tires? 15 or 150? That's crazy. It says 15. There's a dent on the trunk. The bumper's pushed in. What number is this? Let's see. Hyundai Accent. 15,000 miles. That is the roughest 15,000 miles I've ever seen. We got damage down there, damage here, seat covers, and tacky seat covers at that. Slight vibration in the hood. Really, this looks like 150,000 miles. And the tires are bald. I'm checking the history because that just doesn't seem right. There is a minor accident. 3 previous owners. There we go. Last reported mileage, 155,000. So they just wrote incorrectly. They missed a 5 when writing the mileage down. 155.
Yeah, that's not good.
So they missed the last digit right here. It has 156,000 miles. 800. They didn't announce TMU. Yeah. Damn it, I gave that guy the last car as a courtesy. Yeah. Nada, but that has a check engine light. I don't want that. I'm 600 on an Ultima right now. I just bought an Ultima for 600 bucks. It's worth that in junk, so it's not even a gamble. It looks like that's it for the day now. I got a couple cheap cars. I actually wanted a few of the nicer ones. I don't need them, but I wanted them. So let's go check out what I bought. I bought an Ultima and a Hyundai, and I think I spent under $2,000 for both cars total. Crazy. So with this one right here, I just paid $600 for a 157,000 mile 2010 Nissan Ultima. I expect this to have issues, probably transmission issues, but the tires are great on it. I can clean up a lot of this nastiness. This looks like it's just being stuck under a tree. Watch this. Hawk Tua. Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to clean up. And rear tires are in good shape. Oh, it has new brakes in here. It's a family car. I think still has the plate on it. It was registered to this month, which is a good sign. Pretty nasty. It actually looks like a repo, to be honest with you, not so much a trade-in. What is all that? Why is this white? Well, for $600, I really can't complain. It's worth this in junk. Let's go check out the Hyundai I bought. This Rogue was actually pretty short money. It was like $2,500 for a 2015 Rogue with 129,000 miles. I was really tempted on buying it, but I didn't drive it. And that Like for 600, I expect that to have a bad transmission. For 2300, I also expect this to have a bad transmission, and I don't want to be stuck with it. Let's go find my Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai Accent. Just like that Dodge Dart I was looking at earlier. Cheap car. I think I paid $1,200 for it. Unfortunately, the guy bidding next to me thought it had 15,000 miles, which is why he bid. This is clean, and it doesn't smell bad. Usually these cars smell like the devil's lettuce. Devil. Lift the seat cover up, which is coming off anyway, so I'll just tear that up. Yeah, the seat's okay. We'll shampoo it and give it a scrub. That's disgusting, but good little car for someone that needs cheap transportation. We'll scrub the heck out of that headliner and take all the diamonds off. Girls always do this with the diamonds. And I don't know, $1,200 plus the fee of $200, so we're gonna do it for $1,400. A 2017 Hyundai, that's got to be worth near $4,000, right? And it has a current oil change sticker on it too. That's awesome. Even if it's $3,500, I own it for $14,000 before repairs and detailing. We'll do okay on this. Well, the auction is over, so they do a raffle now. They give away hundreds of dollars. Let's see if we win some cash. So now we pay for them, and I'll probably transport them out of here tomorrow. You know what? I'll get the keys today, and we'll move them around and just see if we bought some lemons or some scores. And then tomorrow, which will still be this video, we'll pick them up. Okay, I paid a total of $21.20, so I just passed that $2,000 mark, unfortunately, but that's an average of $1,000 a car, and if they both run, shift, and drive, that is a deal. I'm out on a hunt to just see if we can still buy $1,000 cars. I've been doing it for weeks, and yes, me as a dealer can. You? Maybe not so much, because I'm not going to sell these for $1,000 each. Which brings me to my next point. I told you, get here early. Get here when the days that no one's going to be here, like the day before a holiday. People aren't going to be, there's not going to be as many dealers. A rainy day, there's not going to be as many dealers. So think outside the box. When are people not going to come to the auctions? That's when you should be here, because there's less people bidding on cars. Just generally an easy way to think about it. People aren't going to be here. You want to be here. It's freezing cold. I'm wearing a winter hat. Floridians aren't going to like being outside. All right, you know the game. I love how dirty this car is. I love it. I can't wait to bring this car back to life. It's going to be such a fun project. And getting rid of all this stuff should be fairly simple. It does smell a little musty or moldy though. So we have our Nissan key. Will it start? Ooh, dead battery in car number 1. All right, I don't have my jump pack on me. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let's just hop over to car number 2, 2017 Hyundai Accent. 2017, $1,000, $1,200 after fees. No, what did I pay after fees? Let's see, $1,385. So basically $1,400 for a 2017 4-cylinder, 4-door automatic car. Oh wait, was I using the wrong key? I was using the wrong key. This is a Hyundai key. All right, it starts. Past test number 1. Test number 2. Does it move? Under its own power. Yes, no gas, it moves. So let's move forward. Bingo, love it. Does it shift? It shifts, yes. Does it have reverse? It has reverse. Ah, what a score. This is a score. I'm just gonna lock this up and get out of here. We'll come back with our jump pack tomorrow and see if that Ultima will start. But at least we know we're 1 for 2. We're batting 50%. It is 100% gonna need tires in the front, but those are cheap. Those little cheapy 14-inch tires are gonna be awesome, easy for me. And I think we have a winner right here. Ugh, such a nice car, yet not a nice car. Crazy. SL 500 Mercedes, such an expensive car for this stuff like this to happen to it. It's ridiculous. With 67,000 miles. Come on, Mercedes. These are supposed to be one of your flagship cars. It's ridiculous.
The next day.
It's the next morning and I'm eager to see if we can get this Ultima running. Is it a win? Is it a loss? Is this the Ultima? This looks too nice. There's no way. This looks too good for my Ultima. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. This is nicer than the one. So where's the one? It's over here. Uh-oh. Looks like it's with the Rex. There it is, right there. Not quite as nice as the one we were just looking at, but let's see if we can get this thing fired up. All right, we have our jump pack on it. Let's hop inside, see if we can get this thing, going. So we have some power. We got nothing. Double check that jump pack. Come on, man. You're a freaking jump pack. Do your job. Well, that jump pack won't do it, and that battery's stone dead. Luckily, I had a toolkit in my trailer, no jumper cable, so we're gonna run to the parts store and swap that battery out. 30 minutes later. All right, so we have a brand new battery in here, and clearly we have a squirrel or some type of chipmunk damage, and this thing was 100% sitting under a tree. So let's get this to a blank slate first. We are going to scrape the windows, we're gonna take it to the car wash and just scrub everything down so we know what we're working with, and we'll do services and go through the entire car. So first thing we're gonna do, get this thing in the trailer. Well, the first thing we're gonna do is see if this thing starts, and then we're gonna get in the trailer. We did check the oil already, make sure it's not gonna fire up on dry cylinders. All right, my calculations are correct. We should see some serious shit. Bingo, there we go. 15 minutes later. All right, we're at the car wash. This thing is filthy, and I honestly think just from this car wash, it's gonna be night and day. So I have my helper Nacho here with me, whom we hired from Project Lift. Thank you, Project Lift. Nacho's gonna back this out, and I can just see the bumper, the paint. The paint is just awful, and I really think it's just dirt and nastiness. If you look here, it's just really ugly. Don't forget to drop the emergency brake. All right, come on out. Now we find out if this car actually has reverse because I never tested it. All right, we have reverse. That's a good sign. Typically these have CVT problems, so we'll let it warm up and drive it too. It does have a check engine light, which is not a good thing in the Nissan. I mentioned that yesterday in the video. Look at just, this is all just gross. So I think a lot's gonna change just from a solid wash. Okay, teaser to part 2. This Ultima is gonna come out amazing because it's the end of the day of part 2 already. You'll see the Ultima is no longer in here. We did a battery, but check this out, even better. The Corvette's coming out great. The Ultima is coming out amazing. Nacho's removing the window tint. And I don't wanna show you too much, but geez, I'm crow. The night and day difference of the before, I love before and afters. So here's, I don't even wanna show you anymore. Coming out incredible. So in part 2, we're gonna show you how we're gonna bring this Ultima back to life. I haven't even picked up the Hyundai Accent yet, but we're gonna pick up the Hyundai Accent in part 2, which is gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna go grab it. We're gonna detail that, see what they both need, bring them back to life, and then sell them for a profit. Well, okay, muchachos and muchachas, I bought an Escalade last week. I bought a white Ultima last week. I bought a red Hyundai Accent this week. I bought a black Nissan Ultima this week. Geez, I have a lot coming up. And a teaser, I made a couple mistakes. Maybe a couple purchases I shouldn't have made, and I'm gonna show you in just a second. In the next video, we're gonna bring a lot of these cars back to life and talk about where I'm at with my license, because I finally have some good news. Thanks for joining me at the auction. Remember, think the way other people don't think. If you're doing the same thing that everyone's doing, you're not gonna find any different results. If you think differently, you'll see different results. Try to step outside the box, try to think in a different way. It's really, really cold out. If it's raining out, if it's snowing out, people probably don't wanna be outside. Maybe that's the time you go get those deals, like I did. I bought 2 today. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 where we bring these cars back to life. And here's a little teaser into the headaches to come. Shoot. I got me a dud, a lemon. This car runs and drives, but it doesn't go over 25 miles an hour. I got me a lemon. That is a real bummer. I have it floored to the, pedal to the floor. Jeez. Hyundai Kia, I know better. Shoot, buying cheap cars is the gamble. I'm gonna be stuck on the side of the road now. All right, I'm going 20 again. I have my hazards on. Will I make it up the hill is the question. Will I make it up the hill on a bridge? This is just a bad decision. This is not a good idea. If I get stuck on that bridge, I'm gonna cause a lot of traffic at rush hour. This is just selfish, Craig.